So, when you hear the word virtue, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For a lot of us, let's be honest, it's a list of rules, right? A bunch of do's and don'ts. But what if I told you the true meaning was something way more profound and, well, a lot more normal? Let's dig in and look at this in a whole new way.
So yeah, that's the big question we're tackling. What is virtue, really? I mean, at its core, is it just about following some kind of moral rule book, or is there a deeper state of being that we're actually aiming for? Because here is the secret. It goes so far beyond just trying to be a good person. This is not about ticking off boxes or collecting some kind of cosmic good behavior points. The ancient wisdom we're diving into today says it's something much, much more fundamental. It's about the actual state of your own mind.
Okay, and this brings us to a really cool, kind of radical redefinition. We're going to look at virtue as a state of normalcy based on the original Pali term, Sīla.
So check this out. The word for virtue, Sīla, literally means normalcy. Just think about that for a second. The idea is that this is your mind's natural default state, a place of balance where you aren't constantly being pulled off center by harmful thoughts or actions. It's all about maintaining a stable inner equilibrium.
But let's be super clear about what normalcy means here. This is not about being passive or just doing nothing. It's the exact opposite, actually. It's an active state. It's the constant, gentle work of guarding your mind to keep it from swerving into things that cause harm. It's a dynamic balance, not just zoning out. And here it is, maybe the most crucial point of all. The heart of virtue isn't the action itself, but the intention behind it. The source material calls this the will to abstain. So if you accidentally step on an insect, you haven't broken a precept. Why not? Because the intention to harm just wasn't there. Virtue lives in the intention. Now, cultivating this kind of inner normalcy, it's not like flipping a switch. It's a journey, a path of practice. And it has 3 distinct stages that take us from simply following the rules to a state of deep, stable presence.
So this path kind of levels up in 3 stages. At the lowest level, you've got Hina Sīla. This is where we might follow the precepts, not harming, not stealing, but maybe it's out of fear or for some reward. It's a good start, but it's all external. The second level, Gokara Sīla, is deeper. Here, you start actively watching your own mind, guarding your intentions. But the highest level, Anagokara Sīla, that's where the mind doesn't wander at all. It just stays fully in the present moment. Now that is true normalcy.
So why is this all so important? Because in this way of looking at things, virtue isn't just a nice to have. It is the absolute non-negotiable foundation for any kind of real mental or spiritual progress. It's step 1. Think about it like building a house. You can't put up the roof before you've laid a solid foundation, right? Well, virtue is that foundation. It provides the stability needed for concentration to even arise. Then, that stable concentration allows for deep discernment or wisdom to develop. And it's that discernment that ultimately disciplines the mind. See the order? Without virtue, the whole structure just collapses. And here's how it works in a really practical sense. Virtue is a direct antidote to our biggest mental struggles. Just following the basic precepts helps restrain those crude forms of greed. Actively guarding our intentions directly counters anger. And that highest virtue, just staying in the present moment, is the perfect medicine for delusion. It really is a complete system. Now, this isn't just about avoiding bad things. Cultivating a normal, balanced mind brings about some really profound and tangible rewards. It's even described as the ultimate form of inner wealth. I absolutely love this metaphor. To give you a sense of just how valuable this is, the source material says that maintaining just the 5 basic precepts is like owning 50 pounds of solid gold bullion. That's how precious this inner stability really is. And the rewards stretch from the everyday all the way to the ultimate. I mean, this quote from the Buddha says it all perfectly. A virtuous life is the foundation for happiness and wealth. Right here and now, for a good future, and even for the final goal of complete liberation. So how do we protect and grow this incredible quality? Well, there's this beautiful analogy of a family that explains it. Imagine virtue as a child. To thrive, it needs a father, which is mindfulness, to watch over it. It needs a mother, alertness, to tend to its needs. And it needs food, which are the positive qualities of goodwill, compassion, joy, and equanimity. When you have all of them together, virtue can't help but grow strong. So in the end, virtue isn't some heavy, restrictive shield that you have to carry around. A much better way to think of it is as a beautiful ornament. It's a quality that protects you from danger, for sure, but it also beautifies your character. And it's appropriate for every single moment of your life. Unlike fancy clothes or jewelry that are only right for certain events, this inner quality of normalcy is a decoration for all occasions. It's always fitting, always beneficial. Which leaves us with one final thought to reflect on. What are you wearing today?